This reading is for group 1. Just in case you picked the wrong group, please go ahead and click on the timestamp to go to either group 2 or 3. Hi group 1. This week is about your daily tasks. So if, for example, if you're given a project or you have been working on a project, nothing huge is going to change. The progression for this particular task or things are just go by per normal. For this week, you'll be doing things on a very routine basis. But when this card appears, it reminds you to stay reliable, to stay trustworthy, and also to be committed to whatever that you are doing. And it's also a reminder for you to actually work efficiently. But um, do not try anything new this week. Stick to the usual way of doing things or methods. It's not the time for you to try out new things. This week is really just to play safe, do what you always do, stick to it. Very routine, I know. Slow, yes. Please be patient, but it's only for this week. So, on a good note, nothing major bad is gonna happen to you. But yeah, just do what you usually do, and everything will go smoothly for you. So that's all for group 1, and yeah, thanks for listening. Okay, this reading is for group 2. So if you actually press wrongly, you pick 1 or you pick 3, this is not a place for you. Please go ahead and click on the timestamp to go to either 1 or 3. Hi, group 2. This is your reading of the week. So the 3 of Wands is about planning. You see that the person in the card is looking very far away. So uh, you will be looking at planning, and in fact, you might have already did a lot of planning and you are about to take action. So this card also represents that you are going to embark on something with conviction. You have already think through for a lot, and you have already think far about it. Like you are thinking about long term, and you have made plans on how to set the foundation right. So this card also represent a lot of growth, meaning you might have opportunities coming your way, and it reminds you to have an open mind so that you will be able to see these opportunities because they will be presented to you, but you might not be able to see them or be aware of them. So keep an open mind as well, and um, you will also there might for some of you there might be plans to travel as well. So you're actually making I would say some major plans, long-term plans. Okay, when this card appears, you're actually thinking about making some you are taking actions for a long-term plan. So some of you might be thinking about traveling as well. I see that some of you are thinking about traveling. It could be for a job or it could be a long distance relationship. So it's sometimes this card appear, it represents traveling, and mostly it represents long term planning, opportunity, growth, expansion, momentum. So the message card next to it kind of reminds you to really look into the planning. It's very important because when this card appear, you are thinking about certain things, and rest assured, whatever that you plan to do, they will all go smoothly because you will not rush into things, and you'll be planning it, and you have been planning it. And it is a good card because this you are actually going to embark on something new. I wouldn't say new, but it could be, yeah, mostly something new or something that you've been thinking about for a long time, but just that you have not taken action. So this week is the action week, and all the best to you. So if you have any questions, or you need more clarity, feel free to ask me. Yeah. Hi, this is for group 3. If you have picked the number 3 or the blue marker, please stay tuned while we move on to the reading for you. Hi, group 3. This week your card is a Hierophant card, and when this card appears, it could mean that you have the traits, like you are someone that actually prefer to follow processes that are actually well established. If you don't hold this trait, this card is a reminder for you to stay within conventional ways of doing things. And it's also a reminder that not to be innovative this week, but try to adapt to certain beliefs and systems that are really put in place and are existing. And in social group context, it will be helpful for you to follow social structures and their traditions. When this card appear, it might also, for some of you, you might be involved in certain ceremonies or rituals that is religious related, for instance, and it's asking you to follow and to follow what they do and to understand their core values. As you can see, your message card is about finding out the truth in darkness and all that. So um, maybe if it's something that doesn't convince you, but you are kind of being put trapped and put in a position to follow certain tradition, you could actually look into asking more questions to find out why and what not. Yeah. And in work context, well, you will be working very well with, if you're working in a group, work is going to be very smooth for you. You get along very well with your team members for this week. This card also represents knowledge, so you might be in a position where you are required to gain or do something that you might not know, and a mentor might appear to you and be sharing this knowledge to you. Yeah, and if sometimes this card also, because like I mentioned earlier, it's about following tradition, and it involves certain ceremonies, and in a Singapore context that I can think of, it could mean weddings. And on another side it could be funerals, because it's only during these big events, and they will involve like certain tradition that you might have to follow. But at the same time, it don't really make sense in a modern day context. So this is definitely not a week to argue about this, but to argue and fight this certain tradition, but instead to follow it through. Yes, and to follow it through and to understand it a little better instead of resisting it. Yes, so this is for group three. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. And please remember to like and subscribe if you have not. And thank you so much for listening. Bye.